Hello, Tiger fans, and welcome back after a very short break to a brand new episode of the Hey Corner Crew podcast. I am your host, JJ Lang, and with me, as always, are my two wonderful co-hosts. You know him, you'll love him, Nate the Little Goon Foss.
We're back.
And as always, finally back with us after a good long hiatus, Dan the Statman Scully.
I'm even more back.
It's been like, what, 2-3 episodes since Dan's been here, right?
Something like that, yeah.
Poor Dan.
I should have been on the last one, but I might have fallen asleep.
Yeah, we apologize for not being here for a good long bit because our schedules were just kind of crap for like weeks straight following New Year's.
To be fair, I also was sick for about half of that.
Yeah,
break.
you were slowly but surely dying during that period of time.
But we go down. We're back.
We have a lot of hockey to get through. We're probably going to breeze through a lot of it because there are a couple series that we can kind of just move right past, so we're going to address them quickly. We're going to probably abandon the entirety of the scores around the league except for the most recent weekend that was just played and looking ahead. And we'll probably do a quick standings update for both the ladies and the men. But we're going to start with the ladies, and I'm going to flip it to Dan. We're going to back it up 2 weeks to St. Thomas real quick, and then we'll go from there.
So, I can't read the schedule. On January 6th...
Off to a great start.
On January 6th, the women flew out to St. Thomas. Played the first game of a 2-game series. They lost that game 5-1. RIT's lone goal was Emma Rowland from Jordan Bear and Kylie Aquaro. They lost second game 3-0. Not much to talk about there, really. Especially
throw it away, non-conference, move on.
Yep, and that's really what we're going to do too.
Burn the tape.
Just get rid of it.
Burn the tape.
It doesn't impact us at all in the conference standings and make it a playoff spot, so we're going to just move right past it and go right to Penn State.
Penn State, pretty good this year.
Yeah, they are.
Number 12 in the country. The Tigers went down to State College and they lost the first game 4-2, which is pretty respectable for the level that Penn State's playing at right now.
And Penn State got 2 shorties early in the first. And you take that away.
Help you out.
Yeah, you take that away. That's a 2-2 hockey game. I mean,
at that point,
something to build off on, I think.
In that game, RIT had goals, both of them in the third. They were kind of mounting a comeback, but it was just too late. Lindsay Maloney from Kyla Bear, just over halfway in the third, and then Jordan Bear from Hannah Solinger and Megan McCormick. I believe that was Jordan's first, but it
might have been.
Remember for sure.
I know we had a first this past Tuesday.
Definitely her first of the season. No, it's her second of the season.
Jordan Bear?
So I don't know what I'm talking about then.
No, I'm asking Nate. You looking at the right Bear sister?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Oh, wait, no, that was her first.
No, that's her first collegiate
That was her
goal.
first. Yeah, hang on. I'm getting there. And then she scored the next night, which was her second. All right?
There you go. Now he's got it.
I'm good. We back.
Since Nate was talking about 2-2 hockey games, we had a 2-2 hockey game in the second game of that series. Tigers picked up their first CHA point of the season with a 2-2 tie. This one was another comeback win.
I didn't think there was points like that in CHA. I thought they were all funky and they didn't do that.
You always get
two points for any type of win,
no,
1
that's
point
right.
for a tie, and 0 for any type of loss.
Yep.
Sarah Coe was
We're all doing great.
Sarah Coe all weekend, which was huge. Sarah made some big saves in that overtime.
She kept that game from being an L.
Penn State outshot RIT on Saturday, 39-11. We got a point. Take it and sprint.
Out of there. And honestly, when you look at us and kind of like how things have been rolling, like the fact that we scored 2 goals and 11 shots is pretty good.
Yeah.
Well, and I look at it this way too. What did we say after we got swept by Lindenwood? You need to sweep Lindenwood down there, and you need to find another point somewhere.
And there's
they
your
got
point.
that point. There's your point. That's a massive point. Especially because, I mean, I'm kind of jumping a little bit ahead here. Syracuse is a very jam-packed week coming up.
Yeah.
And if you can steal one from Cuse next week, or
maybe even multiple.
If you could somehow steal both.
Yikes.
I mean, Ariel DeSmet's not going to let that happen.
No.
But who knows?
They might not be playing DeSmet for all you know.
She might be gassed.
That's a good point. Well, because, I mean, they have to fly to Lindenwood. I know I'm jumping ahead. Friday, Saturday. Then they come here Tuesday. We go there Wednesday. So they got to play 4 games in 6 days.
So before we get some more of that stuff.
That's with a lot of travel. That's a lot of hockey.
Let's look at Tuesday real quick because we had believe it or not, we have more women's games to cover this episode than we do men's games. We have 5 womenens games to go over.
And 4 men's games. That's why we're kind of flying through.
Yeah, we're kind of gunning through all this kind of quickly.
Zoe said,
Sorry, Zoe.
Don't make this too long.
Yes, Zoe, we're not going to have this be a 5-hour episode. Don't worry. That'll be at the end of the year when we review both teams'
It'll
seasons.
just be 4.5.
Yeah, slightly
It'll be
reduced.
4 hours and 45 minutes.
So St. Lawrence.
Before we jump to St. Lawrence, I do want to say Syracuse did play stellar last weekend, and it garnered her CHA goalie of the week.
Which she very
She
much
could be
deserves.
CHA goalie of the week every week. Let's be honest.
Yeah, Syracuse just.
But the league doesn't award
The league
it to
doesn't
her
do
every
that,
week.
so. But they could.
Yeah.
But yes, we had everybody's favorite.
Also,
everybody
she
had-
is on the women's hockey goalie of the year watch list as well.
I saw that.
True.
It'll be a tough award for her to win, but the fact that she's even being recognized for it,
It's
I
fantastic
think there was
to
only.
see.
I think CHA had 3 out of their 5 goaltenders.
It's
on
what-
that list,
It's
so
her,
that's-
Ariel DeSmet, and who else?
No, DeSmet's not on it. It's the Mercy Harrison Penn State
Really?
goalies.
Yeah, Nystrom and
I just kind of assumed that DeSmet would be
The
on
other
there.
one.
remember.
Wow.
But
Anyways,
we had a game on Tuesday. Everybody's
Yay.
favorite night for.
both Nate and I couldn't even be there for it, which sucked.
I was gonna say that
Yeah.
only one of the 3 of us was there.
Yeah, Dan, this is all you.
So we went through the first period scoreless, which is great, and it was also nerve-wracking at the same time. Tigers would take the lead about halfway through the second. Nicole Ness with just a great shot, and Tigers would hold the lead through to the second intermission. St. Lawrence got a goal back early in the third, but first career goal for Addie Carr at 14:37 of the third period.
I had to break
It
the
was a hell of
25
a
out
move.
just
It
for
was a
that.
hell of a shot.
I would say that goal was filthy.
That was like,
That was a beautiful goal.
I was like, wait a minute, Addie scored. I look at the tape and I'm like, damn, that was gross.
And the thing that I really noticed in that game was the issue of the opposing teams having lots of zone time was still there, but relative to the amount of zone time each team had, the Tigers had more chances. They had better chances.
I really need to stop looking at your Zoom name, Dan.
You suggested
I gotta
that
stop
one.
doing it. I did.
Just the skull.
I did. I don't remember why, but I remember doing it. Anyway.
It was a good game for them. They needed that one. A good pick me up.
Yeah, exactly. I think that game is finally and the Penn State game too, because it is a
I think
good
the
result
St. Lawrence
against the
game,
number
they-
12 team in the country. You
Yes.
you have 2 good results in a row. You have a weekend off to prepare for 2 really big games coming up this week, and I think it's a good confidence boost.
I think especially like
Because St. Lawrence, I mean, they're not too bad. Like they're
No.
pretty good.
I think
Yeah.
the way I looked at it was
They're in a
like
tough. They're in a tough conference.
the way I looked at
And
it, like you tie Penn State, who's number 12. That's huge right there. That's massive.
Mhm.
You then go in. You then on a short weekend play St. Lawrence on Tuesday and beat them 2-1. It's like okay, here we go. They're starting to
in a game that you had to
momentum.
grind out.
They're starting to build momentum. You went from a tie to a win. Let's keep the winning going. Let's keep the momentum going. You've got like Jordan Bear and Addie Card both had their first collegiate goals. I think Nicole Ness did also.
First
No.
goal's a Tiger.
First goal's a Tiger, yes. So,
Yeah.
like the three of them are, they're on a point streak now. Let's get them moving. Let's keep them hot. Let's get everybody else. Like Emma Rowland, her name has kind of like been non-existent after leading the team in goals last year. Well, I think she was second because I think Abby was first, wasn't she?
Yeah.
Uh,
I don't know.
Emma led
I don't
points.
remember, but
Emma
Points
was
still
points.
the point.
Abby was
Yeah.
goals. Anyway, so like Emma Rowland's kind of been, I don't want to say non-existent, but you haven't heard her name a lot this year, and I'm kind of like, all right, if Emma can pick it up and get going, we can get everybody else to kind of keep where we're at, keep the momentum going. I don't see a way that, like, I think the Syracuse games are going to be tough, very tough. For
well,
Syracuse.
the other thing that you just reminded me of, JJ, is Kylie Aquaro and Emma Rowland were scratched on Tuesday night.
Yeah.
So without two of their really good forwards,
better
they
players.
still were able to grind out a win.
Yeah.
I would rather win a game like that than play St. Michael's and win 8 and 9 nothing.
Yeah.
I think that does
Honestly.
way more for your confidence because
Those games were unrealistic.
St. Lawrence put up 42 shots.
And
42.
Sarah stopped
And Sarah
all
let
but
in
one of
one.
them.
Like,
Sarah's a monster there.
Dan,
dude.
was there a
It's
reason they
nuts.
split their goalies, St. Lawrence, or did they just do it to do it?
So we weren't. It was hard for us to tell because they pulled their starter after that first goal by RIT, but because it was right around the midway point of the second. If you were going to split the game down the middle, it makes sense to make that change right then and there anyway.
I would feel disrespected by that in a regular season game.
Yeah, that's kind of crap.
Glad we won that game. It's a regular season game. You do that in an exhibition game. You don't split your goaltenders halfway through the game unless
No.
there's an injury and we're just assuming things, which I don't really want to. But if you're splitting your goalies in a regular season game like that halfway through the game, that means you're not taking ours seriously. You're treating it like a scrimmage, and that's just disrespectful. And guess what? It bit you. You lost. Good.
It's also a non-conference game, and
Still.
was
St.
probably
Lawrence had
planned
nothing
from
to
the beginning.
gain, so. And yeah, it probably was planned by their coaching staff. So
So let's real quick go around the league for this past weekend for CHA. And then we'll talk about the upcoming series real quick before we get over to the men.
Oh, we are previewing series. Okay, give me a minute. There you go. Oh, because I don't know when we're gonna record next week because we all have busy weeks.
We'll figure
So-
something out.
and the schedule doesn't help,
No, it's
like the
one.
Yeah,
hockey schedule.
yeah, I love hockey.
So
Schedules.
I'm just arbitrarily choosing to bring us back to January 10th.
To
whole
be,
game-
we recorded on the 5th, so you could talk about the games on the 6th if you wanted
Okay.
to.
Just
Just
start
go
talking about
through
games.
Yeah, just go through quick. Well, I'm pulling
Alright.
stuff up for Syracuse.
All right, so on the 6th, Friday the 6th, Mercyhurst blew the doors off post 8-0.
Okay.
That I don't know if you guys talked about it, but that was after Mercyhurst blew the
Yeah, we
doors
did.
off post even more, 13-0.
Yeah, that was something.
We talked about 30. We didn't talk about the 8-0 one, though. I don't think so.
it
That
hadn't
was
happened
not
yet.
the
Yeah.
only 8-0 game in the league.
Ouch.
Minnesota State also beat Lindenwood 8-0 on the 6th.
Thanks, CHA, for making us look good.
The only other game other than ours against St. Thomas on the 7th was Minnesota State finishing the sweep 5-2 against Lindenwood. On Tuesday the 10th, Colgate made a short trip over to Tennessee and beat Syracuse 5-2. On this past Friday, the 13th, the only other game in the league other than ours was Mercyhurst beating Lindenwood 4-3 in overtime. They would finish that sweep 3-2 in regulation on Saturday. Tuesday, there was another game in the league. Cornell went up to Tennessee and beat Syracuse 4-1. This weekend, the only games in the league are Syracuse's trip to Lindenwood. Friday at 7:10 Central, and did I say Friday or Saturday? It's Friday.
Friday.
Um,
You said Friday. You're
You said
good.
Friday. You're right. You're good.
and Saturday's game is 1:10 p.m. Central. Then Sunday, did I say those were the only games in the league this week? I can't read.
You're good.
We're all
There's a lot of hockey
idiots.
this weekend.
Yeah,
CHA.
the CHA schedule is confusing right now. Sunday, Monday, Penn State is at Mercyhurst, 5 o'clock Sunday, 2 p.m. on Monday afternoon.
Who is writing this
Uh,
damn schedule and doing this? Like, they deserve to be thrown in jail for that.
Well, because we had to move our series because Syracuse and Mercyhurst had to cancel theirs
Oh,
because of
that's
the snow.
right.
So
Also, it's Syracuse.
because of our
but that
it's
has
Lake
nothing
Erie's
to do
fault.
with the
Yeah, that's
Sunday,
right. That's
Monday
Lake,
series.
it's Lake
for-
Erie's fault. That's
Yeah.
true.
It's Lake Erie's fault. Yeah, you're right,
But-
Dan, but still.
But as we were alluding to, Syracuse and Mercyhurst had to have a series rescheduled, so they pushed forward RIT's series with Syracuse. Women will play home against Syracuse on Tuesday the 24th at 6, and then finish out the home and home at 6 o'clock on Wednesday at Tennessee.
Check Mobile Corner Crew in Discord. There's a thread.
Yes. I don't know how
Alright.
many people are going. I think out of the three of us, I know Dan is going. Nate and I kind of got screwed with our work schedules, but
Yeah.
unfortunately, I would love to go out there for it, but it's not going to happen this time. This series is
I could have
huge.
I could have another
though.
funeral to go to, but
All right, let's not encourage that. Good lord.
kidding.
Um,
Would never do that.
so this series is huge. If you can get another point or even two, because Syracuse is going to be jet lagged and they're going to be tired.
You need to take that home game.
Yeah,
If you're gonna take one, you
Have
gotta
to.
take the game at home
have to.
because Syracuse is gonna have their bus legs from prior.
I almost wonder if they're even going to have DeSmet play the second game of that series.
Or do they bother to have her play against Lindenwood at all?
That's kind of what I was
Yeah.
thinking. They might just save her because
I'd
Linden-
rather have her play against Lindenwood because we need Lindenwood to lose.
I mean,
So-
yes, but at the same time, Lindenwood's also not.
She
good,
can play
so-
against Lindenwood. JJ, they beat us. Can't say they're not good if they beat us.
That's
Those are also their only 2 wins on the season.
Yeah, that's
They're
another
2
thing,
and
like-
20.
Hush.
yeah. Like technically, we have more wins than
And
them.
they've scored fewer goals on the season than we
So
have. We've
they
scored
might not even
37,
need.
they've scored
They
35.
might on it. Syracuse could look at this as like they might need
Great.
DeSmet against us and not against them. So who knows?
I wouldn't be
They've
shocked
also-
if they split their goaltenders. Like if this might plays Friday.
That's what I think they'll do.
Lindenwood's also given up 29 more goals on the season than we have.
Oh. Das not good. For them, good for us, but
Glasses came off.
Nate's over this. For all of our Spotify listeners, Nate just threw his glasses on the table and just put his hands on his face because he's just like, great. Lindenwood's bad. I think it's funny that I think it's funny their
Keeping my thoughts to myself.
I think it's funny their men's team is better than their women's team, and
Roll
they've
Tide.
existed for less time. Yeah, right. By the way, we all refuse to do the whole roar tech thing because just no. We're just gonna not do that.
If you're gonna do it, just put roll.
Yeah.
Like,
Anyways,
sounds way better anyway.
Let's
I
do.
have no comment because I work for the department that came up with that.
Yeah, Dan can't really talk much garbage about it. Anyways, so let's do quick.
JJ's and I opinions do not reflect those of Dan Scully.
Yeah, I'm an alumni now. I can do what I want. Anyways, so let's do our quick predictions for the Syracuse series real fast. Starting with Dan, go to Nate. No, wait. Go to Nate, then to me.
You always go last. What if I want to go last?
Nobody cares. Let Dan go.
I'm gonna say 3 out of 4 points this weekend. This week.
I'd be pretty happy with that. Not gonna lie.
I'm gonna
go split.
Okay.
I'm gonna go split. I'm gonna say 2 out of 4. Would I love 3? Yes, because that puts us right back in the race. 2 puts us right back in the race as long as Syracuse sweeps Lindenwood this weekend. So
I'm gonna get spicy.
like we said, we
can.
can dig ourselves. We can dig ourselves out of this hole. There's still a lot of hockey left to play.
Mm-hmm.
We put ourselves in a tough position, but it's not impossible to get out of it. Especially with that point at Penn State, that was huge. So, I mean, Syracuse is on a little bit of a slump right now. They've lost 6 in a row.
And these next ones are going to be tough for them, too.
Yeah,
Time
going out
frame-wise.
west. So,
I'm going to get spicy.
they've got a tough week. Oh, JJ.
Listen, man, I'm feeling good about this one. You tie Penn State, you beat St. Lawrence, you're getting Syracuse after you get some rest, and they have pretty much none because they're going to be jet lagged. I'm thinking we're going to win both these games. I really do.
I would take it.
I've got a good
So now I
feeling
feel
about this
like
one.
I have the least amount of confidence, and it's not that. I look at it the way where
You're being realistic.
Who's in net for Syracuse? That's the question.
Yeah. If DeSmet's playing against us,
this series comes down to goaltending.
yep. Sarah
really
has
does.
to be on our A game.
I think Sarah's taken the net back from, and nothing on Emma and Sophia. They've been phenomenal all year.
Yep.
I think Sarah's starting to take the net back.
Sarah's a whole just another step above them. That's the problem. I think the Penn State series proved that.
We need it. We need at least one.
Got to get one of them. All right.
Let's go.
Let us hop over.
I love this. I love the second half of the season.
It's so much. It's so much.
Fired
It's
up.
also so freaking stressful. Anyways,
Very.
let's hop to the men real quick. So the men had 4 games that they played. They did take the majority of the points on all of them. I'm going to pitch it over to Nate now for the first series against Bentley.
Okay, Tommy Scarfoni was elite in this whole series. Shocker, surprise, whatever.
No one was shocked by that.
We played not great in the first 2 periods of Friday, but we dug ourselves out of that hole. Scored 3 in the third. Actually,
Well,
technically, we only
scored 2.
scored 2. The Bentley goaltender scored on his own.
So
net.
also same time.
Hashtag SC not top 10.
Also, that poor
Was
guy.
it that one or was it the other?
No,
it was the
that was
first
that
one that
one.
was on the top 10.
That guy ended up he ended up in.
Was that the third goal?
Yes, that
It
was
was
the
the third goal, right?
That was on the.
I couldn't remember.
So for anybody that didn't watch the game, who didn't see the highlight on Sports Center,
It's on our Instagram page.
Yeah.
Go watch it.
Grady Hobbs sends. Was he trying to pass or was he just dumping it?
I think he was just dumping it.
It looked like he was dumping the puck. Bentley's goalie, whatever his name is, takes the thing, turns, and proceeds to accidentally throw it into his own net. So
no. So he went to go pass it up to one of his guys, but it hit the back of his stick on the follow through.
Yeah, he messed it up
and went into the net.
So he
attaboy.
that.
Thank you.
So that play, unfortunately,
Thanks for that one.
That play, unfortunately for them, but fortunately for us, ended them on SportsCenter's not top 10 as the number 5 bonehead play of the week, and it ended us getting us
Poor
some
Nicholas
positive attention.
Krapko. He had a pretty good game too. He had 29 saves.
Yeah, and an own goal.
He had a good game, and I feel horrible.
And then the next game, it almost happened again.
Yeah, for the other goaltender, RAT comes out playing a lot better, scoring 2 goals in the first, all within math, 51 seconds.
Yeah, they went nuts.
That was kind of nice. Moritz and Kellenberger, and then Elijah getting one in the second.
That again wasn't even Elijah.
Another penalty parade in this game. We got back to our old habits. Yeah, we can get back away from that, boys. We were doing good.
But the second game also had another own goal for Bentley.
Yep, Connor Hasley actually kicked this one in his own.
So
and again,
Bentley
I
was
feel
feeling
bad.
generous.
He had a good game other than that one moment. He made 34
honestly,
saves.
that moment deflated them because at that point in the game it was 2-1.
Yeah, they were done.
It was 2-1. He kicks the puck
It
and
was
it's 3-1.
2-0.
It's over.
It was 2-0.
Oh, I thought it was 2-1. Never mind.
It
Even
was
then,
2-0.
like being down 2 is not insurmountable to come back and win from. But your goaltender kicking the puck into his own freaking net is going to destroy whatever amount of momentum you have. If I can get words,
I want to do some kicking.
Shout out to Bentley for needing to give tickets to local elementary schools to get fans in their building.
That was sad. The fact that you could hear
was annoying.
The sound of screeching children
than
on the freaking. Oh my god, so bad. What'd you say?
Still more effective than AIC.
AIC having nobody in their arena, no matter what they do.
Man.
All right, so looking past Bentley now, because that was just an utter slaughter. We got 3 points in each game, 6 points total. That gave us a nice little chunky lead over Sacred Heart in the standings there. Let's jump over to this past weekend. We played Mercyhurst. I will again roll the Nate for the stats in that game, on those 2 games.
Friday sucked.
Yeah. That was brutal.
I'm sorry.
I hate
gonna
losing
be
that way.
honest here. That's a team you should have beat.
Defensively, they were auto whack.
I don't know. Unfortunately, I wasn't there.
Neither was I.
Maybe fortunately. But I rewatched it as well, and that was very frustrating. Shout out to Tyler Harmon, the Mercier
How
story.
often do we talk about games, 2 games in one episode that I was the only one that was at?
Never happens. Our
This is a rare occurrence, Dan.
Weird,
you
dude.
Need to, like, appreciate it
I will
because it's never
say-
happening again.
No, I will say, give Mercyhurst credit. They played really, really well on Friday, and
They did.
And honestly,
Yeah.
They played really well on
They
Saturday.
took us to the 6th round of the shootout on Friday. That's impressive. I give them credit for that.
It was nerve-wracking.
I hate those games. Hate them.
Shootouts are stupid.
Even if we win them, I still hate them because they're just so stressful. Saturday, I was there for at least. Dan and I were there for that one.
Tyler Mahan needs one more shorthanded goal to break the single season record.
Tyler Mahan is just like the shorthand goal.
This kid's on fire. Oh, how do you not consider him for Rookie of the Year in Atlantic hockey? He's in the conversation. He has to.
Kind of have to count him at this point. I mean, I kid you not. On Saturday,
There's a lot of good freshmen around our league, but I mean, Tyler Mahan, he's at what, 10 goals now on the year?
He's getting up
Wilkie
there.
won the award with 13 last year.
Yeah, Mahan's Carter Wilkie was also Rookie of the Week. 2/3 of the season.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, I look at this and I just go, like,
Tyler Mahan leads the team in goals with 10.
Like, Tyler Mahan would touch the puck on a penalty kill, and people were just sort of losing their minds because they're like, here comes Tyler Mahan, he's going to go score down there. And I'm like, he very well might.
When I told the Penn State fans down at Penn State when he scored his second shorthanded goal that weekend, when I told them that it was his second shorthanded goal of the weekend,
they couldn't believe it.
Wow. But yeah, kid's pretty good. Pretty good.
A little bit.
It's all right.
Friday again, another big fat goose egg for Tommy on Saturday.
Back to Friday. Very frustrating. You gotta win that. You gotta win the hockey game.
Yeah.
Not knocking Mercyhurst or anything, but
they're a very good team.
They're okay.
Also, I'm blaming Friday on you because didn't you say on the last podcast we had we were gonna run the table Atlantic hockey?
Hey, I told you it was a hot take. All right.
Yeah, and you also said immediately
You
afterwards.
know what?
I think I just
I'm
screwed
glad
us
it bit me now
instead of
and not
later.
in like Niagara. Okay. So
Please, it better not happen at Niagara. I will lose my mind.
next night, snooze fest. Just kidding. It wasn't that bad.
Hey,
But
one.
penalty parade again.
Yay.
Please stop doing this.
I'm.
I know some of
You
you
know
guys
what?
watch this. For the love of God, stop committing penalties.
You know what? I'm at the point where I'm just accepting it.
Literally.
It
It's
makes
just
my
gonna
job
happen.
We're
fun.
becoming the 76 Raiders, and I'm okay with that because they won a Super Bowl, so, like, whatever.
Grady Hobbs, the lone goal on Saturday in a rare 1-0 hockey game. Dan and I were texting after the game. We're like, how often does one goal decide a hockey game? Like, it
lot
doesn't
more.
happen often.
No, I guess not.
Um,
That was a great goal by Hobbsy, though. Perfect pass to
yeah,
him.
it was.
And Tommy with another goose egg on the year. What? There's 2 or 3 now he has.
3 on the year, I think.
Excuse me, that was his. No, it might have been his 3rd career. I think it's definitely at least 2 he's had this season.
Yeah, 2 and 2 weekends. So
Yeah, Tommy's been like, he was. I think Friday was more defensive breakdowns. That's what that seemed like to me.
Yeah.
yep, and that's why it was frustrating, because that was a very uncharacteristic game for us, and
You know what?
it wasn't Tiger hockey.
You know what?
And
Get the sloppy
What-
crap out of the way now.
what drives me nuts when the team doesn't play Tiger hockey, and because we know they can, and we know what this team is capable of. And
But you know what? Get the sloppy crap out of the way now. You can't have games like that come March.
you can't play like that in March.
No, you can't.
So get it out of the way, figure it out now. Oh my God.
What?
Sorry, I moved on very fast, and I'm looking at Arizona's stats, and one guy's 83 penalty minutes on the year.
Wait, where's Laskowski
Arizona?
at now? He hasn't had one in a bit, though, has he? Now that I say that, he's probably going to have like 40 minutes this weekend.
83 penalties.
Yikes. Let's flip it to Dan real quick. We'll go scores around the league real fast.
Sorry, I didn't mean to see that, but I did.
The problem is I'm curious.
Yeah, what happened?
All right, so
Nice.
scores around the league for the last couple of weeks because we were not here.
So you said you guys recorded on the 5th, right?
Yeah, basically everything the weekend of Bentley and afterwards we did not cover.
All right.
that's a lot of
Friday,
Yeah.
on Friday the 6th, the only other game other than ours in the league was Air Force taking on BU at the Desert Hockey Classic. BU won that game 5-1.
Shocker.
Saturday the 7th, UMass went to AIC and beat them 4-2. Holy Cross hosted Clarkson and tied at 1. There should have been a shootout in that game because it's
Atlantic rules.
conference policy this year and for home teams and non-conference games, but it doesn't say who won the shootout. So, the the U.S. National Team Development Program went. Actually, they didn't go to. They hosted Mercyhurst in an exhibition and beat them 6-1. Air Force finished out their time at the Desert Hockey Classic with a 2-0 loss to Arizona State. And Niagara went up to the North Country and lost in overtime to St. Lawrence 4-3.
Ha!
On Sunday the 8th, Army and Providence played to a 3-3 tie.
Clarkson won the shootout. Sorry.
And Army won the shootout against Providence 2-1.
Big dubs for Atlantic hockey.
A lot of non-conference wins.
Officially a tie, but
Hey,
They
big
still
dub.
won.
They won.
They got
It
the
says
shootout.
Army wins shootout 2-1. Thank
That
you very
means
much.
win. Yeah.
Yeah, what you got to say, Dan?
quit arguing semantics when you know I'm right. The
We don't win non-conference games, Dan. Let me have this one.
You're right. We don't. We tied that
Can
one.
I also make the point of? Can I also make the point of saying Nate loves when Atlantic hockey teams win non-conference games, but Niagara just lost to St. Lawrence, and he goes, "Ha!" laughs at them like he didn't even care. Throw that hat out the window now.
I hate them.
We all hate them
so much.
We all hate them
so much.
I'm going to use Nate's name for this university. The University of No Hardware beat Sacred Heart 4-1.
Good.
Ouch. That's brutal.
Where's UNH in the pairwise? They're pretty down.
Yeah,
that makes me
dipping
feel
down
so good. It makes me feel so good.
That's bad though. If they're bad in the pairwise, and they just crushed
Hush.
Sacred Heart.
JJ, pairwise doesn't matter anymore.
That's a good point. That's true.
Win the conference.
Oh, I just bumped my desk. I hope no one was looking at my camera.
Well, now that you say people are gonna rewind it and watch it now.
I caught the tail end of it.
They do so at their own risk.
Anyways, continue.
Seasickness alert.
We need Navy to get a hockey team.
Yes, I've been begging for it for years. Just do it.
Oh, I already know what I do for the whiteboards for that. Oh my god. Anyways, go ahead.
On Friday the 13th, Niagara hosted Bentley and lost 6-3.
Imagine losing to Bentley. That's gonna come back and bite me.
We still play them 2 more times, Nate. I hope you remember that.
just realized that. I shouldn't have
You
said that.
freaking idiot.
Canisius traveled down to West Point and lost 2-0 to the Black Knights.
Love to see it.
Air Force made their flight out to Worcester for a series against Holy Cross, losing 5-2. And then there
Don't
was
talk about it. Move on.
The 4-4 tie.
Yes, that was a tie. That game was a tie.
Good lord.
Nate,
keep
can
going.
you shut up?
Keep going. Porter's always gonna have to edit a 5-hour episode at this rate. We gotta keep going.
Canisius won the second game of their series with Army 5-4 in overtime. RIT won 1-0. Since I mentioned the other game, I've got to mention this one too. Bentley put up another 6 spot on Niagara.
I don't have my broom.
Winning 6-1.
That was a massive series for us, by the way. That Niagara series.
Some separation with Niagara.
It also jumped Bentley over Air Force and got them out of dead last and put Air Force in dead last. So
And it tanked Niagara. We'll go through the standings in a minute.
Yeah, we'll talk about it. Go finish up, man. Sorry.
BC went to Sacred Heart for one non-conference game, winning that one 3-2 in overtime.
Okay, stop. Hang on. I gotta say something. I gotta get this off my chest. Sacred Heart stole our bit.
They did. They stole our freaking bell, and I'm pissed about it.
So, for those of you who don't know, Sacred Heart opened their new building, and
Nice
it was
arena.
the only thing everybody ever talked about in college hockey. Nobody realized UConn also opened their new building this weekend.
And the fact that there's some other school that's opening a new $70 million facility in a few years, which, get that through your head, $70 million.
So, here it is. Their cute little tiny bell.
He's got it on his phone. Oh my God.
JJ, what did you say to me that imitation
is the highest form of flattery.
Yeah. Everybody just wants to be us.
I also love the fact that ECH's post with that picture, and it just got spammed with RIT fans claiming that, pointing out the fact that Sacred Heart stole the bell. Someone's comment was ours is bigger.
I texted it to my dad. He goes, "Oh, that's cute," and it just goes like clink.
Like 2 people could pick the thing up and move it, I bet. Like ours was
probably.
Ours is like 30 tons. Like, wheeled up the service elevator to even get it up.
There is no service elevator.
No, there's not.
Oh my God, you're right. Oh God,
we put it in the normal elevator with one person in there and said good luck.
Hopefully it doesn't drop to the
Tell you
bottom.
what, That bell ain't going down the elevator. That's for sure.
Oh yes, it will.
Oh,
The
yeah,
elevator
it
just
will.
might not work afterward.
The elevator
Neither
just...
will the bell. All right, sorry. I had to get that off my chest.
Oh, the sacred
All right,
fart rant is over.
we're still on Saturday the
Oh,
14th,
good
by the
lord.
way.
Sorry.
AIC went to Burlington and shut out Vermont 4-0.
Interesting.
There was
Vermont's
one
not very
game.
good.
There was one game on Saturday or on Sunday the 15th. Holy Cross finished their sweep of Air Force 4-1. And AIC had one of their classic Tuesday games on the 17th,
Disgusting.
uh, traveling to West Point. So it actually wasn't because of their arena scheduling this time.
I'm laughing at JJ's reaction to that. Just goes, oh, disgusting.
I hate those stupid Tuesday games.
Tuesday games
I
are now the
don't.
They're
official
so
meme.
obnoxious.
They're the official meme of the Corner Crew podcast.
Literally, though.
AIC would win that game 2-1 in overtime.
Yes, thank you, Army, for at least taking them to overtime.
Yes, good lord. All right, so let's do a quick, or actually, I'll let Dan do the games for the upcoming weekend, and then we'll talk about standings, and then we'll give our guys a little prep.
I really hate how this weekend is organized.
I
And
don't.
well, the first game is at 7 p.m. Mountain. Then the next one is 7 p.m. Eastern. Then you have two 7:05 Eastern and a 7:05 Mountain. Could they not be in actual chronological order? Like, absolutely.
No.
Who knows?
Anyway, RIT heads down to Arizona
The mullet.
for a series against Arizona State. Did they? So I'm confused, and I'm going to blame Atlantic Hockey's website. I need to see Arizona State's website now to get the correct time for the Saturday game.
It says 9 p.m.
Yeah, but both team websites say that it's 6 p.m. So
Maybe that's 6 p.m. their time. Not. I can't speak today.
They
no,
must
it's
have
4
changed
p.m.
that.
Mountain.
They must have
Yeah,
changed that
that's
recently
weird.
because all year, like my magnet schedule says 9.
Mm-hmm, mine did too.
Yeah, your magnet schedule also
And
had the
I'm looking at
Syracuse series
CHN
on
right
the
now.
weekend
CHN
instead
says 9
of
too.
Dan, don't come after my magnet schedules. They did not make themselves, okay?
Anyways, rest of the
Refuse to
schedule.
let you abuse my magnet schedules.
Let's go over
like
the.
I don't have the same ones hanging on my fridge.
Oh God.
Oh,
They're on all of our fridges.
I have a Sabres and Amherst one too up there.
That's amazing.
Somebody went to the Sabres game and got them for me.
oh, so you shouldn't even have them, is what you're telling me.
Not the Sabres one.
Anyways, we got to do speedy with this, boys. Zoe's gonna kill
Nah.
all of us.
Sorry,
if we don't.
Zoe.
The vamping.
So RIT's games this weekend at Arizona State are 9 o'clock or 9:05, depending on which schedule you're looking at. Eastern on Friday and 6:05 on Saturday. Sacred Heart hosts Holy Cross 7 o'clock.
Sacred fart.
Sacred
That's
shark.
what you meant. That's what you meant.
I thought we were trying to do this quickly.
Oh my God.
Sacred Heart
I'm done.
hosts
I'm done, I
Holy
promise.
Cross for a pair of games. They're both 7 o'clock Friday, Saturday. Mercyhurst will host AIC at 7:05 on Friday and 4:05 on Saturday. Bentley hosts Canisius 7:05 Friday and 4:05 Saturday. And Air Force hosts Niagara 7:05
Gag.
Mountain on Friday and 4:05 Mountain on Saturday.
Jag.
So, for me, before we talk about our games, let's go through conference, look at the standings a little bit, and we'll also kind of look at the upcoming weekend to kind of look at this also. I have CHN pulled up. I got it right here. The two big games that, if you're a Tiger fan, you want to keep an eye on, the two big series, I should say, Canisius and Bentley, Niagara and Air Force. Air Force right now, conference-wise, has 7 conference points. They're dead last.
Sacred Heart?
I mean, okay, that one. I'm talking like for like teams getting jumped and whatnot. Like Sacred Heart's big, obviously, but
Yeah.
Air Force's season is clinging to
Royal
life.
Crusaders.
Air Force's season is clinging to life at this point. If they get swept by Niagara, they're done, pretty much.
They're essentially done.
Dan and I did the math looking at some website. Well, mostly just Dan did the math and showed it to me. Air Force legitimately has to run the table conference games the rest of the year.
I knew you were lying when you said you did the math. Like, no, you didn't.
Oh my god. Sorry, that was too good. Anyways, Air Force, from what Dan calculated, Air Force basically has to run the table conference-wise the rest of the year in order to hope and pray they can make it to 8th and make the postseason. If Niagara sweeps them, they're pretty much done. Canisius's games against Bentley.
See ya.
Yeah, don't want to. Goodbye. Not gonna miss you.
Not sad about it at all.
Adios, au revoir, auf Wiedersehen. The other big one is Canisius and Bentley. Now, I'm gonna say why right now. Looking at the standings again, Bentley is in 9th with 12 conference points. Canisius is 8th with 13. If Bentley sweeps them, they jump Canisius into 8th place. Canisius falls to 9. Which
Canisius also has 2 games in hand, though.
True, but at the same time, if things kind of work out the right way, there could potentially be a situation where Air Force and Canisius don't make the Atlantic tournament. Please, Lord, goodbye. Don't care about either of you. Good riddance. Air Force has
2
our number.
teams I absolutely despise. See ya.
Yeah, good riddance. So, the only downside of that is if Niagara sweeps Air Force, they get 6 points on the weekend. That's not great. Obviously, Holy Cross. I mean, Holy Cross, we would kind of hope they beat Sacred Heart because we're just so far ahead of them at this
Ideally,
point.
Holy Cross sweeps Sacred Heart.
Yes, because that would because
that kind of keeps Sacred Heart behind us.
Yes, because we have 9. We're 9 points up on Sacred Heart. We have 40. They have 31. AIC has 29. That's
and
1,
a
2, 3
Mercyhurst
right now.
AIC split would probably be ideal.
That would be big too.
Because then that doesn't get Holy Cross and Mercyhurst up into that craziness.
Again, like the way I see it, like with the new playoff format and the fact that only 8 teams go, Niagara Air Force is massive. Because the way Dan also looked at it from, I appreciate what you said, you can correct me if I'm wrong, Dan. Air Force legitimately has to run the table in order to potentially get the 8th spot. If they lose,
because of what else can go on
exactly
elsewhere, yeah.
If
they need a lot of help.
If they get swept this weekend, it's over. They're done.
They're at Army next weekend. They host Mercyhurst the weekend after.
I don't see them winning any of those games.
They go to Sacred
It's gonna be
Heart.
difficult.
Army got their act together, so
they have that weird Monday, Tuesday series with Canisius. They host AIC and come here.
Yeah.
Ideally, their season is over when they get here, so they have nothing to play for. Because honestly, I still think those 2 games are going to be massive for us. Because Sacred Heart, they're still hanging around, and we can't have a down weekend in conference.
No. And considering after this weekend, it's conference play the rest of the way until the postseason starts, and then it's just obviously at that point we all know what it is. But like
conference play until the NCAA tournament.
Yeah. So, but mathematically speaking, Air Force could very well just be eliminated after this weekend. You can just kiss them goodbye, and they would be pretty much the first.
Not quite after.
It wouldn't be guaranteed, but like. It would be very, very, very tough for them to get out of that hole if they can't get a couple points because they are.
I will never count out a Frank's territory team.
The thing is that
I won't do it, but I think you're
Air
right.
Force, mathematically speaking, Air Force could still win the number 1 seed. It's just that they would need
every other team to lose
an astronomical amount of help.
They would need literally everything to fuck. They would need.
But they could only
joking
get to
aside, the stars to align. Sky Air Force.
They could pretty much only get to what, 33?
Well, and I just said astronomical.
Well, no.
Let's be honest. I mean, the highest I could see them getting is 7.
even
Just-
then, unless
that's
they can run the table,
tough.
they're going to need help. I mean, it's going to be
You know,
tough for
Niagara's
them.
in
what
seventh right
would be
now.
amazing? Just hypothetically, Niagara just tanks the rest of the year.
Well, they've started to
And
because
Canisius and Niagara both missed the playoffs.
let's look at the whole way now. Right now, going from 1 to 10, you got RIT 1, Sacred Heart 2, AIC 3, Holy Cross 4, Mercyhurst 5, Army 6, Niagara 7, Canisius 8, Bentley 9, Air Force 10. Niagara's getting down.
And 4th and 9th are separated by 9 points.
Yeah, that's
That's a week and a half.
That's a weekend. That's
massive.
3 games.
That's massive.
So,
and we have a huge.
and even then, if Holy Cross and Mercyhurst get sweeps this weekend, they're right in the mix for 3rd.
Yeah.
Third and second with
like
Sacred Heart and AIC.
Mercyhurst,
So
Holy Cross.
by all
and
means,
fourth,
look at the standings right now. This is not what they will look like at the end of the year.
No, this is way closer than it will be.
I think I think RAT, Sacred Heart, AIC will finish 1, 2, 3
Yep.
in that order. But I think 4 through 10, 4 through 9 are kind of a cluster. You know
Yeah.
what?
If we keep the pace we've been going conference-wise, we'll be good.
Yeah.
We'll be good. And then it's basically just, is Sacred Heart 2 or 3?
Yeah. I think it's
And then
going to be.
and I honest to God think, before we talk about ASU, I think Air Force will finish dead last. I really don't see them doing anything. I think they're kind of dead in the water at this point. Or if we want to make
You
the
keep
joke,
saying that. You
or-
keep saying that.
I
Please
really
stop
do.
saying that.
I
Hey,
mean,
remember when
it's
I
gonna
said
be all
something and it
JJ's
came back and
fault.
bit me?
yeah, but what you said was insane.
JJ,
I have proof for
JJ,
this.
if we are playing Air Force in the playoffs, you are not allowed in the building. That's all I'm saying. If we
Break
play Air
out the
Force in the
better
first round of the
JJ.
playoffs, I am locking you out of the building.
Good luck. I mean, I just
Watch.
I look at this and I really think
I'm going
it's
to handcuff you to a light pole outside.
I really think what's going to happen is it's going to be a battle for 2 and 3, and it's going to be a battle for 8. I think that's what it's going to be.
I think 2 through 9 is going to be a battle.
Well, yeah, but
I mean it's and because you got to think a lot of these teams are going to play each other. There's still 5-6 weeks left in the season.
yeah. Well,
It's 12 games.
we'll have to see what
A lot
happens.
of hockey.
It's going to be a very interesting weekend to see how a lot of different games play out. But
Yeah.
the one we obviously care about the most.
Well,
is
I
our
think
own.
we'll start doing weekly standings updates too.
Yeah, we probably should do that.
Because I mean, right now, like, the playoffs start today. We play Canisius at GPC, and that terrifies me because Jacob Barchevsky could have a hell of a weekend, and we're done.
Yep.
So.
That's why we want Air Force to finish last and Canisius to finish 9th, so we don't have to deal with either of them.
Yeah.
That is the ideal
And
situation.
Sacred Heart plays Niagara, and honestly, I think that's best case scenario for us because I think Niagara can beat Sacred Heart. I don't think Canisius can. I don't think Army can. In a best of 3, I don't think any
Agreed.
because. Yeah.
Anyways, let's talk about the 2 games we obviously care about the most. Our boys are currently, as we speak, are at Mullet Arena right now. Like, literally, they're actually there. Thank you, Nichols, for telling me that.
Watching Caps.
They've been there
Yotes.
watching the Caps practice all morning. It was kind of funny. They have 2 games.
They're
against-
seeing a real barn burner. The Capitals are winning 4-0.
They also made
Hopefully
the
mullet door doesn't
our
break
team
like
also
it did
made
back in January.
they also made the Capitals social media account like a picture of the team just sitting in like their warm ups, just videotaping the practice, was put up on the Capitals Instagram.
They
and
were
Twitter.
they
I'm
were
like,
they
that's
were
funny.
videotaping Alex Ovechkin. I guarantee it.
Definitely. So we have 2 games against ASU at the new Mullet Arena. I think
Beautiful.
I think these are going to be close games. I don't think it's going to be like last year where ASU kind of just had their way with us. Because those games.
You mean the last 6 times we've played them?
I'm trying
Literally
to be, I'm
every
trying to be
single
nice, but you just ruined it. Anyways, I think we're a lot better a team than we were the last time we played them, and I
Yes.
definitely think these games will be much closer.
ASU takes a lot of penalties, so power play. Hello. You can get going again anytime.
Yeah,
This
just
would be a
kind of
good
pick it
weekend
back
to
up.
do
That'd
it.
be kind of nice.
I mean, their
Will we see
penalty.
a penalty shot goal like we did back in 2019?
Ooh, that could be fun.
That was so pretty. Jake the Snake.
Gross.
Arizona State's penalty kills at 85% though, so they take a lot of penalties, but
They can kill him quick.
Hey,
Kinda
I know a
depressed.
team that sounds like that.
I wonder who that could be.
Definitely couldn't be us. Or wait. But I think the only thing is this game is non-conference. It technically doesn't matter. Obviously, you want to see them take at least one to get your ranking up a little bit, because that'd be kind of nice. Maybe get you some pairwise votes, even though it doesn't really matter in the end. But ideally, we want to win Atlantic to get to the tournament, but at the same time, like, getting a nice ranking wouldn't be that bad either. So
We have to win Atlantic.
yeah, we would have to
Yeah,
at this point.
Arizona State's not good enough
These
to boost
games,
the pairwise.
these games mean more to ASU
Yeah, than they do us.
because they're independent. So they don't have a conference to win to get in. I don't think they get in. They're sitting 33rd in the pairwise. I think they've dug themselves into too deep of a hole. But
Yeah, I think I think I wouldn't be surprised if we see Colby this weekend.
yeah, it'll
I think we might.
split.
Yeah. So let's go to the predictions. We'll start with Dan, go to Nate, and with me.
I've got a split this weekend.
I'm gonna go split too. I think the travel. I think
Yeah.
that plays.
Yeah.
It does play a factor.
I'm also gonna say split.
That if you've watched an ASU game or seen highlights or even a Coyotes game, that barn is loud.
Mm-hmm.
It is a fun atmosphere down there, and next time we're down there, I want to go.
I would love to go. Be awesome.
It's going to be in the year. It's going to be the year JJ and I decide to go to every single RAT game.
Which means we're gonna end up at Denver. we're gonna end up.
Yeah, well, no, that'll be the year we go up to Alaska.
we'll have to plan this out in advance.
Yeah.
So I think that'll do it because we're all saying split across the board. This is good. This is kind of a speedy one. We had to burn through a lot of hockey because obviously we were off for a couple weeks because of our schedules not lining up. But if you have not already, subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not. It's great. We have weekly videos again.
Did anybody just see that?
That's pretty good.
Oh my god! So for those who don't know, Grant Coho on the Discord, longtime corner crew member, just posted Mullet Arena GPC, but with state school money.
That's pretty
And
good.
by
He's
just
not wrong.
posted, you mean about half an hour ago.
Oof. Nate's behind. Anyways.
Sorry, that just came through.
All right. Anyways, let me finish my outro, please.
Yeah, go ahead.
So, if you've not already, again, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you are notified when every new episode does go live. Discord link will be in the description of this video, and it will also be in the description of the Spotify and the Apple Podcast. We are on both those channels now. We are on Apple Podcast because Dan Scully whined enough to make us actually go on there and put it there. Yes,
No,
Dan?
he did not. We were planning on doing it anyway.
Can you
It was
let
just
me have a
complicated.
bit, please?
No.
Too bad.
You're outvoted 3-1.
Nate
Think
can't
about
count. Nate can't count.
No, Zoe agrees it's stupid.
Oh,
She's
Zoe's
our
not
editor.
on. Like,
She's on the team.
I'm on the team. She's not.
She's
on
the
the
only
argument.
reason. She's the only reason this thing goes out.
That is a very good point.
Because none of the three idiots on this podcast couldn't do it. So
Well, I could, but
Dan
it
probably
would take
could.
me about 3 weeks to get one episode out.
yeah, exactly.
Anyways, the last thing I'm going to bring out because it's been running for about a week. It's been running for about a week now, and it's
we didn't
almost
even
done.
mention. We
What?
didn't even mention Casero, Wilkie, and Tommy Scarfoni, Hobie Baker candidates.
Yes, I'm
Go
putting
vote
my.
if the website
Go vote.
works.
I'm putting
The
my.
website works now.
Yes, thank God. I'm putting all
For
my.
now.
I'm putting all my eggs in the Casero basket because he's a senior, and I'd like to see him get it. 'cause
Same here.
Tommy and no offense to Tommy and Wilkie, they've been playing outstanding all year, but they still got a couple years left. We'll put our eggs in their basket when there's not a senior up for it. So
We had almost half of Atlantic Hockey's nominations.
yeah, Atlantic is not good. Anyways, so
No, it is. Just nobody realizes it.
Yeah, we're good. Everybody else is whatever.
Well, yeah.
The last
obviously.
thing I'm going to say before we go, and it's kind of running late. There's only a few days left, but We are doing Corner Crew t-shirts for the playoffs this year. We did, thanks to Nicholson and Kellenberger for giving us the idea for the Sneaky Wagon shirts. Thank you to Aaron Huss for designing those.
We're running out of time.
Yes, I know. I'm aware. Will be a couple seconds. Time for the Zoom recording and for the actual ability you have to buy the shirts. They stop. The sale ends in about 3 days from the time of this recording. So when it goes up tomorrow too, the sale ends on Sunday. So you will need to get them now. They're only $10, or if you're Dom, they're $10.67 because he got mad that I said $10, then put the tax on the end of it. You can have.
Oh yeah, what the heck? You owe me money.
Shut up. They will all directly come.
False advertising.
They will all directly come to me if you want. If you could pick them up from GPC, I will be there to give them out. If not, you can pay it. I think it's like $6 shipping and have it sent to you. It's a really cool looking design. It's awesome. I know a couple of the players bought them. We've sold almost 42 so far. We got to sell at least 50, or else it gets funky and I get charged extra money. So if you want to help my wallet not die, that'd be nice.
Don't order shirts. Spend JJ's money.
You mean what's left of my money?
This might be our longest outro yet.
Yes, because some
Roll
people, Nate, keep talking.
Roll tack.
That being said, we will see you guys next week for another episode after the ASU series. Have a great night. Go Tigers.
Roll tack.